Oh, hi there. Today's NFL show is brought to you by La Croix, French for the Croix.
Well, the top side streets are a dangerous place, so you better tune in to a credible face like this one. Yeah, this one. And you know he's not alone, and they're coming in hot. We got a Lake so Stan and a guy who really likes baseball. I don't know why he likes baseball.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Team Hold YouTube's channels. We're excited to be back. We took the morning off today. Very controversial decision to take the morning off. But you know what? I didn't want to do 3 shows today. We have Shot Tank later tonight. My voice was already feeling verklempt, bad, terrible. I had a show last night. I had stuff to do. So it was important. It was important to rest, okay? It was important to rest. But we're glad to be back to just talk some foosball. What the hell is going on with NFL all day? It seems to be bonkers, bananas right now. But let's see, before we dive into the streets, also check out Fins Up, baby. I won this jersey on the NFL All Day Marketplace. It came 5 minutes ago. I greeted the UPS guy with my shirt off because I needed to put the threads on. All right, let's see who's here. We the people, Borland. John's in the house. Airplane mode, Sneep, Sneep. Adam Stubbs, travel addict, regular to the house. Also, Sneep's burner account. Coach Hamburgers. Noam, shut up, Noam. Checked out some of his content earlier this morning. Did some good shit on DeJounte Murray. F at Nico, Tommy Welch, Kenny Lewis. Excuse me, who else? Joe, Straight Bot. Big Ticket in the house. Mitchell's here. Daniel Lopes, I see you. Brent, Jimmy Peacock, Jesse Madden. Mike is already pissed about the intro. Football intro coming. DJ Local, Patrick Coyne. Greg's here. Missed opportunity to do a Mike impression of the Brian Windhorse meme. Oh, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Top Shot, Thought Shot. Jesse, I already said you. Fenny. Who else? Is that everybody? Artemis is here. Percarian. Let's see. What else? I think that Dr. Mean is in the house. Garrett's here. Thanks for being here. I was going to say this morning. I guess it is for you West Coast people. Do me a favor, like the stream, subscribe. If you look at our show notes too, you can see you can see some links. You can join the Discord. Make sure you get in our playback room for our Sunday and Monday night football watch parties together. There's another thing in there. Oh, join the VIP. If you're not a VIP already, it gets you into some other Discord channels within our server. We also occasionally do some VIP only streams, which I think we're gonna add a show that I'm thinking about it before I announce it. So let me mull it over yet, but I might start doing a weekly VIP thing just for my VIPs in the house. So think about signing up for that if you haven't already. All right, listen, lots happened already this morning. We got our week 2 announcement. Week 2 playbook announcement came out. But more importantly, the market is just going nuts right now. Just absolutely nuts. It's hard. Like, I think my account is up like 16%, right? Like overnight, 15%, it looks like. And so I'm going to share screen right now. Just so we can look at it. Patrick Coyne says, how many yards do you already have? Yeah, we'll get into that. But I just wanted to look at the market first. We're going to go over to Own the Moments. We're going to use Own the Moment a little bit today, but we're also going to use some Momentum Labs as we look at the Island games for this week. I'll tell you some of the stuff that I went shopping for. But here we go. We've got the Arizona Cardinals moment is moving up like 40% right now. The Bengals. So a lot of the team moments are jumping up a little bit. I wonder if people are doing some speculation on that we're going to need some of those. Yeah, Naked XYZ all day Andy is saying that floor is $7 right now. So a lot of stuff is happening. We're going all the way up. But there you go. So, oh shoot, wrong screen on my part. All right, so let's keep moving. We saw Russell Gage. So this is what's nuts about a lot of this, right? If you completed the challenges, right? And we're so trained from our Top Shot experiences, or really like just anything, that the second like the prices go up because of the challenge, and then the second the challenge is over, the prices come back down. And what we've seen is you've just like straight made money if you bought into the challenge, right? So like that Russell Gage still, like, I know Russell Gage went down, but then it's still like hovering around $15. Like Russell Wilson is a good example. Let's look at Russ here quickly. So Russ was in like the 50s when this started, right? Shot all the way up to like 90 and then with 120. But now that it's settling at 80, and I think one thing we're seeing, like I think this might hold true for another couple of weeks where like these challenges become extremely plus EV. But a lot of that I do think has to do with the lack of supply that's out there, which is a beautiful thing. We love that. But I don't know, as we start seeing more moments. And one thing that I wanted to bring up, I saw in the Discord that AJ announced that for Playbook Week 2, some of the moments that are going to come out are going to be from Series 2. Some of the rewards are going to be from Series 2. So we're now about to start seeing Series 2 moments come in. Now, I don't know what that looks like, right? I think if I'm really, imagine hating Tampa Bay so much you wear a Dolphins jersey. Dude, honestly, Tampa sucks. Not the football team, the city, baby. So I wonder what this is going to look like. Like, are we go? Oh, people are looking for some clarification here on this. Okay, hold on. So the Dolphins jersey, we won a jersey in the NFL All Day Discord from the Thursday night game last week, and I had the option to pick any jersey I wanted, and I was going to get a Ramondre Stevenson. But I got to tell you, the Patriots are not fun right now, and Ramondre is the closest thing to fun. But, running backs were zero RB house. So I decided to get a jersey from my favorite team, and that is my Bags. I have a lot of Jalen Waddle, and so we pump the Waddle. But to go back to the Series 2 supply, right? I am hopeful, and I'm hopeful. But this is what we could see, right? Instead of doing just a massive pack drop, right? Just a massive pack drop where there's like 18,500 packs available. What if it's a slow trickle out for like the first 4 to 6 weeks where a lot of that supply is distributed through these pack rewards, right? Because like the playbook, and as we'll see, right, you still have to go out and buy a moment. Like it's still encouraging burning, it's encouraging buying. So I don't know. I'm hopeful that that's the direction they're going to go. Even though that sounds like a great idea, these companies still need to make money too, and they make a lot of money by selling 20,000 packs, right? That's like, that is something that we have to take into consideration. And don't worry, Poker Pro Eric golfs with a GM one time and then starts working for Dapper. So good to see him pointing that out. But I think that I think there is an opportunity here, right? That if we get to week 4, and I'm fine with this. My bigger concern, Mike, is that they dropped it. Like, so if Series 2 moments are already coming out, my bigger concern was like at the end of week 2, they do a pack drop. I think that would stress me the fuck out. Like if that's, it's not going to stress. I'll be fine. I'm going to be fine. But for the market, I would be a little bit nervous that all of a sudden we get a drop in week 2. If they're able to push that off through week 4 or week 5 or 6, whatever, in that 4 to 6 range, I'm on board. I think that's fine. We already have the information that it's going to be like 2 commons max per player. I'm also hoping, oh God, Poker Pro Eric, Jesus Christ. Honestly, you want to know what's broken with Top Shot? The fact that Poker Pro Eric is finding this stuff out. That's how we know we're screwed. That is how I wanted to call the bottom yesterday, but we're gonna go further down. We're gonna go further down. But like, hey, listen, there are a lot of good players that had good week 1s, right? A lot of good that don't have moments yet. And so I don't know, maybe that's how it's trickled out a little bit, and we're not going to see repeat moments from players. And like, maybe if someone already has a common, like, so Justin Jefferson, for example, maybe they start like Jefferson's next moment that comes out is a rare, right? He doesn't have a rare yet. So maybe I don't know. That's maybe wishful thinking, but is how I'm going to continue to trust them until they burn me. Which, it happens. But I'm really I'm excited to see where it's going. I was hoping we could make it through another week before we start seeing some Series 2 moments, but to see them start to be trickled out via playbook rewards, I think it's a good sign. I think that is a good sign. The hopium is real. Let's go take a look at the playbook and see what it's going to be for this week so far. Someone asked earlier how many yards I have, and right now I have 10. I have 10 for changing my little sweet banner. Although that's funny because it says you only get 5. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. Sorry. 5 was like the first reward. My bad. So we got the 10. We have to unlock. We got to burn, right? Which is something that we did last week that everybody went out there. Everybody went out there and burned right away last time. And now we're learning like, hey, maybe don't do that. Maybe don't burn immediately. So I think we've learned. We're going to wait a little bit to see like as these packs come back out with the rewards from last week. We'll go from there. Thomas says beginners only need to do 2 challenges for 60 yards, which is great for them. I'm going to continue to pump the bags of the playbook in that this is such an easy, I would like to think this is a very easy onboarding experience in the sense that if you like sign up and you're like, oh man, I don't know where to start. Well, you like click your playbook and then it literally like spells it out. Well, here it is. Here's how you get to go. So I think that's good. Top Shot, Thought Shot said they made it seem like most players won't get 2 more commons this year. Only 1, only reserve the second common for crazy awesome plays for a guy who already got 1 common, but never know. It is still dapper. Yeah. And again, I think that's a great sign. I think it's a great sign. But again, to go back to the playbook, I think that for a new user to come in and be pretty easy to get up to 60 yards, and 60 yards gets you what? So the first reward at what? 20 yards gets you one star pack, right? So a pack that contains 1 common base set moment. You get up to 40 yards. That's going to get you this week unlock burn 5 moments. Oh no, to unlock it. Sorry. That's going to get you 1 common base moment, 1 common base. 2 moments, 1 common base, and then 1 common or special edition common. And then you get up to 60 and you're getting 3 commons with a chance of a rare. So again, if it's very easy for new users to get up to 60 and then they have a shot at a rare pretty easily, I mean, I think that's fire. That's fire. So we get pretty much the same playbook, if you will, for this week. When we get all the way up to 100, why can't I scroll over? Hold on, let me just do this. If you get all the way up to 100, you get the same thing, right? Where you're guaranteed a rare with a chance of a legendary. And looking at the challenges, right? So we're still going to see the same thing, right? Where if you complete 80% of the challenges, right? It's 4 out of 5. You can get to the 100 by doing everything else as well. So you don't necessarily have to do every single one. JK says, actual financial advice. Don't burn a moment of a player from an island game for the next week or 2. Yeah, and I think if that's something that we've learned from the first week, and we're already seeing it with what the market's doing right now with this Thursday night game, those island games really have the most movement in them, right? Here, I'll go ahead and show you what I scooped up yesterday, and then of course I tweeted about it because you gotta pump your bags, right? If you're not gonna do it, who will? I've been saying that for years. All right, here we go. I'll show you what I scooped up yesterday. So yesterday morning, I picked up a Clyde Edwards-Helaire that felt a little dumb only because, like, Helaire coming off a couple of touchdowns and, like, I don't know. That doesn't seem to be sustainable, but who knows? Maybe with Tyreek gone, Mahomes seems keen on spreading the ball around. I picked up a Robert Woods who Robbie Trees might be past his prime, coming off a bad injury, but Tennessee Titans are playing the Buffalo Bills on Monday night in one of the island games, or the United Kingdom, as we called them. And I think Robert Woods, like the Titans are going to lose by 100, which means they're going to be throwing a bunch. So I'm hopeful that, like, I don't know if it includes receivers, that's going to be the guy you want. The other receivers on that team, I don't even think have moments. Like I'm thinking of Traylon Burks. What's the hyphenated guy? Westbrook, something like that. I'm not sure if he has a moment. Quad said my cousin's girlfriend, Auntie Kathy, met with the Dapper investors and they got her to. Oh man, love it, Quad. Get out. You got to sell. And then I also picked up a Miles Sanders, which again, Miles Sanders was a two-prong buy. They, of course, are playing Monday night against the Vikings, which I'm very excited for that game. But the Eagles it seems like their Eagles are going to do two things. They're going to throw it to AJ Brown 100 times, which is why I also bought an AJ Brown moment. And then I bought the Miles Sanders because they're going to be running. They are running the ball quite a bit. It's weird because Miles Sanders seems like safe as a fantasy guy. He's going to get a lot of reps. However, whenever we get to that like goal line shit, he's going to be competing with Boston Scott, Jalen Hurts, and whatever other running back they find off the street. So those are the four players I scooped yesterday heading into some of these island games. So tomorrow night we have Chiefs Chargers, which is the game. It's gonna Gainwell. Thank you, BD. I was forgetting about Gainwell. Yeah, the Thursday night Chargers Chiefs is gonna be a great game. I'm very excited about that. And then I'm forgetting who Sunday night is already. So somebody help me out who Sunday night is. There it is. Packers Bears Sunday night. Thank you, Quad. And then on Monday night, we have Bills, Titans, and Vikings, Packers. So Vikings. Oh my God. Who are they playing? Eagles, Vikings, Eagles. So that's who we have for those games. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited for these island games. I saw PPE ask a question, and he said, "Do we need to be doing island game challenges?" And I think, yeah. I mean, I think one of the things that's going to make all day fun is these different types of challenges. I think we're going to really enjoy it's the same way with like fantasy, right? Having that Thursday night game sweat, having that Monday night game sweat is so much fun. Sunday will always be chaos because there's so much going on. But I think they got to keep doing it. I also think it's an added wrinkle. Like we talked about OTM, right? And how the Rumble game has been a lot of fun. But that added wrinkle of having the information on Thursday impacts the rest of your lineup building. But in the playbook world, it impacts the rest of what you're going to do for the weekend, right? Because there's two things. We don't know what the challenges are going to be for Sunday and Monday. So you're taking a little bit of a gamble just not knowing what's coming down the pipe. So you've got the market moving in a direction because of the Thursday night games, and you have to make a decision. Am I going to just complete this, bite the bullet, and then see what Sunday brings? Or do I sell out of it? Because the other thing we've learned is you don't need to complete all of them. You don't need to complete all of them to get to 100 yards. So maybe you're like, okay, if I can flip out of this Thursday stuff, get some dapper together, maybe it's easier to complete the Sunday night, and Monday night challenges. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of strategy to this, and it's all still new that we're not really sure. We're not really sure how to go. Gnome says check out Friarmouth. We can check out Friar. I got a little Muth, dude. Friarmouth. Friarmouth sounds like a shitty alcohol that Pittsburgh would actually like, though. The Malort of Pittsburgh. So let's take a look at Friarmouth. Friarmouth right here is at $20. Oh, we own one of these. Let's look at the floor, though. Is the floor lava of the Friarmouth? 20. No, I mean, I guess like once it gets through 21, it jumps up pretty quickly. But there's Friarmouth. I mean, yeah, he's always gonna be an end zone threat, right? He's always gonna be an end zone threat. I also wanted to go over to am I not even sharing that? Am I sharing the wrong screen? Hold on. No, I was sharing the right one. But yeah, he only has one moment, so that's helpful. That is helpful. I wanted to pull up Momentum Labs here. Let me see if I can I'm gonna stop sharing this screen and find the other one because they have a nice breakdown of the Thursday games that I thought would be helpful. Hold on, there was a couple of comments. Let me catch up. The key is that they're making challenges as events. It's a very video game heavy approach. I know Jeb joked about Fortnite, but it does feel like an event. Well, that's the thing, right? Like that's been with all this entire rollout of everything. It's felt like an event. And you're like, okay, I have to pay attention on Thursday because Thursday impacts the rest of the weekend. And yeah, I think it's fun. Trubisky is still the quarterback. That is good information there. All right, let's Eckler already up crazy right now. Let's go look at our friends over at Momentum Labs. If you haven't checked out Momentum Labs, I highly recommend it. John and Moment Nerd do some really great shit together. I'm going to drop a link into that. Recommend signing up. I know they have a premium for it, so it's a paid thing, but there's some free tools and then there's some behind the paywall tools, but it's just good stuff. So check them out. All right, let's take a look. This is their all day beta stuff. And So what I did was I filtered by the two teams playing on Thursday night. And then the other thing you could look at is in circulation. Wait, hold on. I understand. Did it not filter? Do I have to click something? Do I have to click something? Let me try this again. Let's try it again. Because what I wanted to do is just take a look at like what moments are pumping the most. Here we go. So we're looking at the Chiefs, and then let's pull up the Chargers too. There we go. And let's look at the day, what's pumping the most. And then what we can do is see like what's in circulation too, because we've seen with some of these moments only being in like 60% circulation. Maybe I can't filter that way, or maybe it's slow. All right, here we go. But some of the buys that we've been talking about, right? So Austin Eckler, where's Eckler at? So Eckler has a rare, he's got a legendary, and he's got his common. The common says it's 33. That is not true. All right, maybe this isn't up to date yet, but what we can look is at the circulation, and the circulation for Eckler right now is only at 58% for that common. So this is what happens. There's John. But yeah, they right, for Eckler only to be at 58%, we're going to see this common continue to jump, especially if he somehow finagles his way into whatever the challenge is on Thursday night. And I got to tell you, there's not a lot of paths where Eckler doesn't make it, unless they come out for the Thursday night and they're like, hey, listen, we're looking for the worst players on the team. Then Eckler might not make it. Or it could be like defensive stuff, maybe. But like with Keenan Allen out, Austin Eckler is not only has a chance at being in, if they score a touchdown, he's got a chance at being in it. If it's receiving, he's got a chance at being in it. And if he's rushing, he's like the lead candidate to be in it. This game also should be, I hope they don't pick a defensive thing, because there should be like 70 points in this game. So the Eckler one is pretty spicy. And I'm going to go over to all day, and let's just look at this moment right now, because I want to double check to see what the Eckler is up. Let's just see where it's at right now. Hold on. Let's look at the market. Gosh darn it. Let's pull up NFL all day. Here we go. I just want to see what that price is right now. Because again, knowing it's at 58%, but now we're at a spot where we're going to start making decisions, right? Like, how high does it have to go before you're like, okay, maybe it's not worth completing the challenge? It's at 65 right now. It's at 65. And if we look at the floor, 65, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So people have caught wind that it has jumped, and we've seen some people start listing again, but still it's right there. It's still right there. So that's Eckler. Let's look at the other guy I wanted to look at specifically on, okay, I got to refilter these. Let's look at, I'm just going to do it by player now instead of doing the whole squad. Mike Williams, right? So again, Mike Williams was very bad. And I don't know if people are a little hurt because of how terrible he was in that last game. He's got 2 rares and a legendary. He has no commons. Again, Keenan Allen's not playing. You have no Keenan Allen. You know they're going to be chucking. So Mike Williams at 146 for his low S. That circulation is 989 out of 1199. You also have the launch codes, which this one's out of 899, and there's 7. So that's 89% circulation. So that's pretty much out there. And then the legendary, which I don't think comes into play as much. But Mike Williams is going to be the target number 1. Okay, now both are 200 plus now. So this is what we're going to keep doing. Again, all day. So you can see it right there in Momentum's Labs. It says beta, baby. So shout out Johnny. Let's go. We're going to go back to the marketplace and pull up Mike Williams so I can get an accurate number. Maybe what we'll start doing is pull it up over here, and then we'll go over to Momentum. So let's look at Mike Williams. Mike Williams, again, so we saw both of those rares are over like 85%. Yeah, so this one's at 211. That's the one I got. And then we've got the debut is at 245. So that one's jumped a little bit too. So both of those sitting pretty. And again, man, if Williams, no Keenan Allen, whew. Mike says you guys believe. So the thing with Playback on Thursday night, the games are on Amazon now, and Playback is not doing Playback has not signed their deal with Amazon authentication yet. So we're not going to be able to do Playback on Thursday night. So we're going to come back. We're going to I'll announce this now. We are going to do the 1 o'clock the 1 o'clock red zone on Sunday. So we're going to be doing a show from 11 to 12:15. AJ Curry from NFL All Day is going to come on and announce what the challenges are for Sunday. So definitely tune into that. And then at 1 o'clock, we're going to come back on for red zone, just for like probably the first half, maybe the full 1 o'clock games, but we'll see. All right, let's keep going because there's another player we need to look at. Gerald Everett still doesn't have a moment, and that is someone I'm going to be targeting pretty heavily, right? Let me just double check that Gerald Everett doesn't have a moment. No, he does not. He's someone I'm going to be targeting pretty heavy in like the showdown slate on Thursday, but I'm hopeful that the tight end's going to get a little bit more usage. But Josh Palmer here is up to 37. This one's fun. I'm always a little bit more willing to take a shot on someone who has all them badges, where it's his rookie, it's his debut, all that stuff. But again, no Keenan Allen. You could even make the argument, right? No Keenan Allen. So maybe most of the attention from the Kansas City defensive game plan is on Mike Williams, and then Josh Palmer eats. And yeah, DeAndre Carter doesn't have a moment. He got a ton of attention last week. But Josh Palmer, again, this one feels like these moments are a little bit safer because, right, even when Josh Palmer gets another moment, this is still going to be from his rookie season, his debut. I feel like I'm willing to take a shot and lose a little bit of dollars. I've done this a couple of times where I paid up a little bit more for, like I did it with Diggs last weekend during the Thursday night challenge, where instead of paying for the cheaper common, I paid a few extra bucks for the debut common because I'd rather just have that badge as more moments come out. So this one is up to 38 already, but this is going to have a quick floor. This is going to have a quick floor, so it's like 15 buys to 45. Let's go back over to Momentum Labs and just check out Joshy Palmer and see what he's doing. And then if there's no one else left on the the Chargers, we can go to the Chiefs. So this is only at 57% circulation. 57%. So that one is going to jump. All right, let's go look. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe people disagree with that, but that Palmer seems to be this generation's Gabe Davis from last week, which is another thing I wanted to do. Let's go look at Gabe Davis, and then I promise we'll go look at some Chiefs moments. You can tell I like the Chargers more, that I'm rooting for them. But let's look at Gabriel because I wanted to see how much he's come down, right? So when we touted him here on Team Hold, I believe he was like $17. And now look at him, 45. Look at me now, $45. Also, great point by Jump Shoot. I haven't done this drop yet, and I don't want to get sued. Okay. So hold on, let me do this. None of this is financial advice. Do what you love what you do. Something like that, right? B. Foster brings up a point. He says, even if Mike Williams hits. So that's a good point, right? Because Mike Williams will then become the bottleneck. So does that limit Josh Palmer's hype? So we looked, right? Mike Williams has over what? He's got an $11.99 and an $8.99, right? So he's got just a little over 2K, 2,000 rare moments. The Josh Palmer's out of 10K, but there's only in 57% circulation. So I see what you're saying, that it all funnels to Mike Williams. Mike Williams ends up becoming the bottleneck. So yeah, I guess there is a shot that Josh Palmer goes down if Mike Williams gets in, even if they both get in. So that's something to keep in mind. I will say I bought him like 2 weeks ago. I think he was like $15. So if this Chargers team is going to be good, they're going to be playing island games. They're going to be competing for a playoff spot. He is now a rookie that is going to be catching passes from Justin Herbert for a little bit. I feel like $30 is probably his floor anyways, unless he gets hurt or I don't know, commits a crime. Like I feel like Josh Palmer is going to be going to be around for a little bit. Quad says there's also a chance we get packs before tomorrow's games that have Palmer in it. Also true, right? So we are getting those reward packs soon, and maybe we do see that Palmer is in those packs. I don't know though. I don't know what the contents of those packs are going to be. We'll have to know. Mike says, serious question. Do we know anyone in the Top Shot space who's been sued for giving financial advice? No, but if it was going to happen, it's going to happen now, right? Whoo! The floor is not lava. What's the opposite of lava? The floor is just soaked. If you missed the Gabe train by McKenzie, there we go. When most touchdowns challenge. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we see that on Sunday, like the top 5 scores. That's the other thing. Like who knows? Who knows what these challenges are going to be? All right, so that was we checked in on Gabe Davis, still sitting at 45. Man, what a genius. Let's go look at some of the chieftains. Who do we have over there in Kansas City? Well, let's start with Mahomes. So Mahomes has a few commons. He's got a few common moments right from the playoffs, I believe. So we've got his rare. His second rare moment is at 424. What's that debut at? Debu's still sitting around 1799. And then he's got two commons, one out of 8,500, one out of 8K, and they're at 80 and 85. Let's go look at Mahomes over here just to see what the circulation looks like. And see how that is shaping up. So looks like so his launch codes, the debut is 85%. So everything in the 80s, except for his legendary, which is in the 90s. So the Mahomes is pretty much out there. You know what I'm saying? The Mahomes is pretty much out there. So there you go. That's what we got. Some sent out screenshots of the packs minting, but they've since blocked that page, so can't see progress. Interesting. What happened to Jalen Guyton? Josh Palmer. I don't know. I don't know what happened to him. All right. So Mahomes is someone who, like, I unless they're like this challenge is not going to include quarterbacks, but my guess is Mahomes and Herbert are probably both going to be in there. Which just reminds me, I didn't check Herbert, but we'll do that later. Actually, let's do that right now. Let's stay on the Chiefs, Mike. Stay focused. Kelsey, who was an absolute monster last week, he's got a handful of moments right, but only one of them are a common. So he's got a rare that's out of 1099, a rare out of 1200, a common. So the cheapest entry point to Travis Kelce is an 8,500 common from the playoffs. It's at $64. Let's pop over, see what Kelsey's looking like over here at Momentum Labs. And see how that's cooking. Also, hey, just a reminder, if you haven't liked the stream yet, smash it. Subscribe to Team Hold and hang out with us. There's a bunch of links in the show notes. You can follow our podcast if you like listening instead of seeing my beautiful ass face. And then also just sign up for VIP, join the Discord, all the things. All right, here we go. Kelsey, we're sitting at 90% for a rare. His 86% legendary rare. All right, so his common's going to be 90%. So there you go. That's good to know. It's not like a 50% moment. So that's Kelsey. You know what I'm going to do? I should have done this earlier, but what I'll do now is we'll pull up Juju, Juju was like a little bit quiet last week. So he's somebody that I could see popping off a little bit. Because I think the Chargers should be missing JC Jackson again too, which hurts them. There's just so many damn weapons, man. I just make sure you have your Chiefs exposure. That's all I'll say. So Juju, wow, Juju's debut. Shout out Jeb, who I think at $9 was stacking these. These are up to 35. That's a good one. McCole Hardman is he's got two moments. One's a rare, one's a common. That's out of 20. I'm sorry. The common is at 20, and then the Marquez is at 1K. So those are the receivers. Let's just pull this up over here. Let's take a look at Marquez. Just want to make sure like none of these are really low. Okay, Marquez is 62%. That's interesting. The common for McCole is 88. And who's the other one? Juju, which again only has one moment, and it's a common. And that is at 76. So, man, that Marquez is probably the one that has the most jump ability. Can we start saying that? Jump ability? Jump ability. I'm Jay Billis, dude. I'm the Jay Billis of NFL all day. All right, good shit. There's one other. Oh, no, let's look at the backfield for the Chiefs as well while we're here. I wanted to take a look at both Clyde the Glide Edwards-Helaire and then Jerk McKinnon. The Chiefs backfield is interesting because like Pacheco is going to get some love. It doesn't seem like Rojo's going to be hanging around this town in the morning. So it's really these two. So CEH is up to 37. Jerk McKinnon is at 15. McKinnon is interesting because, again, in these fast-paced games where Mahomes is throwing, those are the times I want to target him, right? Like that Cardinals game wasn't really the environment where McKinnon thrives, but McKinnon still saw the field a little bit. But again, if we get in one of those shootouts where it's like 21-17 at halftime, McKinnon is going to be active and involved. We also saw Helaire catch some passes. So I think both of these guys are shots. What we're going to find in some of these island games when it's not when it's not like garbage teams, right? Where you've got like two high-powered offenses, you're just going to have a lot of exposure. This is getting expensive. All right, let's take a look at those running backs over here just to see what the circulation is. So Clyde is only 63%. So that's interesting. McKinnon, jerk it up, 88%. So that's a little bit more out there. That's a little bit more out there. But yeah, so that those are like the big shots that were taken on the Thursday game. I'm not really going to break down the defense because I'm not really into that. But yeah, man, this is going to be chaotic. It's going to be chaotic. I'm excited about it. I'm having fun, man. I am having fun with NFL all day, and I'm looking forward to, like, right now. I know the thumbnail for this show today was kind of more of a bit than anything else, right? Only up. This is gonna even out, right? It can't continue to moon at the pace that it's mooning. I mean, maybe it can for like 3 or 4 more weeks, but at some point, this is gonna settle down a little bit, right? More supply is gonna get out there. People are gonna understand the ebbs and flows. However, I mean, as we get more information and the way that they're like putting this playbook around week to week, I don't know, man. This is a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun, and I'm hopeful. Right, I'm hopeful that this experience that people are having and the way that they're seeing players and even organizations, right? Like Cleveland Browns retweeting their kicker about getting a moment on NFL All Day. Like that seems to be more of an authentic engagement than what we've seen before, from Top Shot. And like no disrespect to Tyrese Halliburton and Harrison Barnes, but we're seeing more. I don't know. Like if you had to bet which one is going to bring new people over, I would say what we've seen from NFL All Day seems to be a little bit more sustainable or a little bit more appealing and attractive to people who might not be in it yet to get in on it. Now, again, we're still in the pie in the sky phase. I mean, we said the same shit about Top Shot. Dude, wait until Kevin Durant does too small to Evan Fournier and that gets on there. I know we said the same things, but yeah. And again, hey, All Day isn't making 20 subsets this season. You're right. Not yet. They aren't. And we already have an idea of like what kind of common moments are coming out. So I do think, I mean, it's definitely trending in the right direction. It is trending in the right direction. And listen, some people are like, you're being, I'm not, people are joking saying I'm fudding. I'm really not. I'm just trying to remember the experiences that we had in Top Shot and to just like keep a mindful eye while we're moving around. That's all I'm saying. Brenton says, with new moments, packs, I hope they fill in gaps of players that they're missing before they are adding dupes. I do think that is what people are hoping for. I've been seeing a lot of talk about that in the Discord. So that is making me excited. What was this question here? Jesse. What's up, Jesse? What do you think about Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville? Well, they lost to Carson Wentz and the Washington Cut Commandos. Okay, so I don't know. That bummed me out a little bit. And we can, Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, Marvin Jones, Travis Etienne dropping touchdowns. I don't really know, man. I want to like Trevor Lawrence quite a bit. But I don't know. I think it's still like it's early, right? So it's too late to punt on him. I still think he's like a good buy. But I just don't see a path to the Jaguars being exciting yet. Ghost says, with the 5 minutes of a playbook burn, the 5-min playbook burn, AD is going to surpass Top Shot in total burns real quick. They are. And I mean, they're doing it in a way. Yeah, they are. They're doing it in a good way. Again, I mean, it's hard. They're freaking crushing it right now. They're crushing it. And I got to tell you, it's been a little bit more fun to play around in there right now. It's been more fun to like spec buy for knowing that they're going to be good players. You know what I'm saying? Like when you were buying Jonathan Taylor's and Saquon Barkley's, I mean, like the only real expensive L this weekend was if you bought a Dalvin Cook at the top because you were like, I bet he's going to be in the top 5 rushers. But here's the thing. You still ended up with the rare debut of Dalvin Cook. That's not even terrible. Like that's better than buying a Jordan Wara. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I think they can excel. And we're still going to get these freak weeks, right? Where like, what if they did most touchdowns yesterday? Oh, I mean on Sunday. If they did most touchdowns and people are out there buying Devin Duvernay, right? Then you're like, okay, well, I don't really want to be buying Devin Duvernay, but that shit's going to happen occasionally, right? And if that is more the exception than the rule, I think we're in good hands. I think that's a good place to be. But just wait, biggest week ever on Top Shot. Kill me, dude. Oh, I know we're not doing that. We're not doing that. That I took the show off on purpose. Also, here's the thing. Wait, let me just see to make sure any announcements came out. Did any announcements come out? None yet. Wait, hold on. Yes. So the announcements today are WNBA Flash Challenge and Sue Bird game recognized game. So, okay, here's the thing. It's Wednesday. When are those announcements coming, baby? See, just announce them in general. All right, here we go. Even if you bought Cook at the top and held it through the dip, he's higher than he was today. Let's look at Cook right now. Let's look at Dalvin. And again, now Dalvin's also benefiting from another island game, right? Knowing that he's going to be in the Monday night football against the Eagles. But let's take a look at Dalvin and just see where he's landed. Let's see. Dalvin is, where is he? Where is he? Oh, I'm sorry. His debut is a legendary. I misspoke. But yeah, it's still 320. It's still at 320. I'm just going to do that. Let's go. Love that. Love that. That's why I've said you can't market during the football. Yeah. No, I mean, it's true. It's true. Remember that random date that you got a credit for holding a moment on Top Shot that never amounted to anything? I do. I do, baby. Also, this is La Croix, just in case people thought I was slugging more pumpkin diarrhea beer this morning. It's a La Croix. Dalvin is my number one moment, not buying at the inflated price. He hasn't looked good lately and will tank when the comment comes out. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say he hasn't looked good lately because they have played one game, Thomas, but I do understand what you're saying. I also think this offense is going to be a little bit different this year, and I do really think like the Jefferson, Thielen, Smiths, Reagor, KJ Osborne, those are going to be the guys that like really move. However, this team is going to score a lot of points, and when points are scored, you know, everyone wins. My only concern is he is a little injury prone. They do have Alexander Madison right behind him. And I really enjoy him quite a bit as well. I'll just take an L on the challenge if he hits and move on and wait for his comment. I don't hate it, Thomas. I don't hate it. But this is good. Also, the other thing I want to put out there. So I tweeted something out yesterday under the Team Hold account that just was like, show me your yardage, right? The challenges are over. Show me your yardage. And one thing that I thought was really cool. And again, this is what differentiates it from the flash challenges, right? Is that you are rewarded for doing some of it. If you do 40 of it, if you do 60 of it, if you do 80 of it, you are getting some things back. And there were quite a few people that were sending out like, oh yeah, I completed 40 yards. I completed 60 yards and sold a couple of things. I got up to 80 yards. I saw some idiots out there doing 115 yards where you don't get any extra credit for that. But again, this is like finding different ways to engage. So you're not doing this whole, not everyone feels like they need to do every damn thing in order to get there, just like Fortnite. Exactly, Jeb. And I think that is pretty promising. And I like that. Like, I was impressed that a lot of the screenshots we were getting back from people was like, oh yeah, only able to get up to 60, but excited for my packs. I think that's pretty good, man. I think that's a healthier environment to be in. Like, I still was a sicko and did the 100 yards, which will seem like a W this week, I think. But then next week, who knows? Who knows what it's going to look like week to week? But I love it, man. I love it. And because it's also not for like one specific moment too. Like, I don't know, maybe I only do 60 yards this week and I'll still get some rewards back. And then week 3 is going to be a new thing. And I don't know. I'm really digging it. I really am. Ghost says sometimes you have to give 115% effort to get max results. Dude, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Sucks. Haven't been able to get on all day at all. Just shows my account empty. What do you mean? You can't log in, Strictly Sports? You can't log in? We are 44 minutes in, or you know what? Just having the time of our lives. Regulator said, did you flip or hold moments both? I did both. So I made it sure I got to 100 yards. And then once I knew I was going to get to 100 yards before the Monday night game happened. So then I sold out of most of my Seahawks and Broncos and bought a couple of things back. And I think that's how I'm going to approach it. I do. I think that's how I'm going to approach it, at least until we start getting more supply, and then we'll kind of reevaluate to see how the market goes. But right now, it feels like it's great to be involved with it. And you know what? You know what's also nice? We're not deciphering tweets and trying to figure out what they mean and what does that mean for the future of the platform. I think that's important. Their communication's been really solid. And then even like times when there's been a little confusion, like today with displaying the trophy, they immediately put directions to how to display the trophy. And it feels, and again, everyone has a little bit more patience right now because the market is up right now. So when things are going well, people are a little bit more chill and are willing to give people, some breathing room to either make a mistake and fix it. But it does feel like there's less confusion. There's less being like, what does this reply tweet mean? I don't know. I feel like they've got a good head on their shoulders right now and are trending in a direction that's going in the right way. Anyways, owner says, what do you think about team NFTs? Did you use them in challenges or playbook? No, I didn't. Were those even available to use in the challenges or playbook? I don't think I have. Like, do you mean the team melts or do you mean like the specific one where you could like buy the Bengals NFT? The team melts, I have a few of those. But I'm not like actively pursuing any of those. I'm really like focusing on just trying to get the players right now. Yada, 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 yada. You may have already talked about this, but Top Shot is most likely going to copy this challenge format, right? I don't know, Yadi. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure like vinyls maybe helped out with the NFL team maybe, and so there's a way to do it. I do think this is a little bit harder to do on NBA than it is on NFL because like with the NBA, and I've said this before, but like with the NFL, you've got a game on Thursday, you get a bunch on Sunday, you get a game on Monday. It's a little bit easier to plan around that than the NBA where you have 9 on Monday, 11 on Tuesday, 2 on Thursday, 15 on Friday. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit harder. It's a little bit harder to do the same thing. I do think they are going to approach it a little bit differently. Jane tweeted something about doing it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what it looks like when it comes out. I'm sure they are. I'm sure I'm sure they adjust the way that they've been doing the challenges. Like, I don't know how many more metallic silver fandom editions we see. I wonder if the tour kind of replaces that type of thing. But hey, September 14th, supposedly we're getting an announcement soon. So maybe we get that in, maybe we get it when the run it back announcement comes out. We'll get some roadmaps. We'll get a lot of stuff. Who knows? And this is like something that the NFL all day has to keep in mind too. Too much supply to make it meaningful. A million moment options, which also, hey, listen, maybe that's why the burning is so important right now. I also tweeted out something that I wonder if it's getting flamed for yet, but let me take a look. I tweeted something out, and I wonder how you guys feel about this idea. But I imagine, right? Like if say for the next series, if they did something, oh, whoops, I don't want to print that. It's not that good of a tweet. If they did something where like I said, this will not happen, but can you imagine if NBA Top Shot only minted the 4K and 12K rookies for their common moments? That's it. No other moments come onto the platform except for 4K rookies and 12K. And then you know what? Maybe they do a fresh threads too, because the fresh threads would have a little bit more meaning if you knew that Donovan Mitchell was only going to get one first moment for the Cavs for that series, right? So series 4, you only got one shot at it. I think that would bring a little bit more value to fresh threads. You can still do the rares and legendaries. There's no way in hell they're going to do anything like that because again, I'm sure they got to make some money for the league, for the Players Association. So there's no way they're going to do it. But I don't know. But the burning on all day, I think, is huge. Borland says, my guess is it's something big that's coming about the NFT Day thing. Yeah, we are going to be participating in the NFT Day thing next week. We got a lot of fun shit coming up. So Friday morning, Moment Watch. I think it's Moment Watch is going to be coming on the stream, and we're going to talk a little bit about what Moment Watch is doing. And then Friday afternoon at 12, Big Ticket and Jay Lee are going to come on the show, and we're going to talk a little foosball. We're going to build some Rumble lineups and all that stuff. We got Shot Tank tonight. A lot of content coming. So again, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to Team Hold, like the stream, all of that stuff. Let me see. Did we get any new subs today? Can we take some victory laps? We got one. Trying to get us over 6,300. We're at 6,291. Let's do it. When all day convention. Oh my God. How about making fresh studs only 5 players and only having meaningful flares? No one cares that Bagley moved to the Pistons. Yeah, that's fair too. That's fair too. When NFL drops, we're gonna be getting it. Oh, it's Jay Light. It's Jay Light. All right. Sorry, Jay Light. Al Lighterman, Joe Lighterman. Okay, I see it. But yeah, I think that's it today. Do you guys have anything else you want to chat about? I can hang around for a few more minutes. Just please like the stream. Again, look in our show notes and join the Discord if you're not in the Discord yet. Subscribe to wherever you get your podcasts, just so we can boost those numbers, so we can sell out. You know what I mean? Grant Williams haters love that Bagley moment, though. Listen, I'm rooting for Bagley. I listened to the Bill Simmons podcast this morning, which honestly was a beautiful tribute, the first half for Jonathan Sharks, for those of you that don't read or weren't Ringer fans, Jonathan Sharks was like one of my favorite NBA voices, had like a very unique way of writing. And I always enjoyed the podcast he does with J. Kyle Mann, which I think they called it like Ringer High or something like that. And they just basically talked about college guys. It was really sad. He's such a young dude and passed away, but they did a really nice tribute to them, to him. But at the back half, they redrafted the 2018 NBA draft. And it was just wild that like Marvin Bagley, who went, what did he go? Second? Because it go he went third, maybe third. No, second. Bagley's like nowhere near like the top 10. It's bad. It's bad. All right. Nico Gonzalez is saying, let's sweep a floor. Nico, if we had to sweep a floor, I would pick one of the ones that I bought yesterday. Oh, man. Yeah, this is a great point. Maybe we got to get Rhythms Event Center. Zach Wilson's out a few weeks, so I feel like you can get a discount on this. Listen, the Jets are bad, man, but I do like Elijah Moore. I like, Garrett Wilson, when his rookie comes out, that dude is electric. That dude is electric. I like him. Dave mentioned reward moments on First Mint. How do you think they may implement those? Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I still love the idea of you having to be in person to get one of those instead. I don't know. I don't even know how they would do that. Maybe it's like hype. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't even have any good takes. I'd pick Naeem Hines. Talk about Devontae Adams' supply. All right. I'll look at Devontae Adams' supply. Hold on. Let me see. Let's go. Are you talking about the 4K moment? His historical moment? Let me pull this up over here on Momentum Labs. Devontae Adams is at... All right. He's at 90%. That's pretty high. 90% of the 4,000. That's pretty high. EuroLeague takes. It's been fun. Eurobasket's been a good time. I've enjoyed Eurobasket quite a bit. Hold on. I got tagged in something just now. Is it important or are people just trolling me? I see. I see you, Goes to Greg Oden. I see you. Anything else? Mint to those at 100 yards, maybe 2. Yeah, that's not a bad idea too. That's not a bad idea. My hope is that they just don't rush into it. That's all I'll say. I just hope they don't rush into it. 94 feet. Is that what you want? Is that what you want the NBA to be, PPE? 94 feet. All right, gang. I think we're going to call it. How is JBB not running Top Shot and fixing it yet? Because he's updating Momentum Labs. Shout out John Jackson. John's not going to be here this Sunday for our show because he is going to a wedding. So we're going to have a guest to fill in. And then just a reminder, AJ's coming on that show to announce the upcoming challenges for Sunday. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, reminder, tonight on Team Hold's channel, we have Shot Tank, where it's going to be me, John, TST, Jeb. We're going to be talking about all things all day, maybe a little bit of Top Shot in case we get an announcement today. So we'll be talking about all that stuff. Tomorrow, we have the morning show where we're going to be talking about basketball. That'll be back. And then Friday, again, I already rattled off, but the morning show where we're going to have a guest come on on noon, we'll have Big Ticket and Jay Light come on, and then we'll have the happy hour to end the weekend, and then our Sunday show. So good stuff. Thanks everyone for being here. Let's see. Let's find a non-basketball. We'll end with a mental health check. All right. We'll see you out. But I'm just not going to do it, guys. And it feels good to not cave to the chat because I am the boss.